Hey everyone, welcome to One Resource Floating. It's just going to be me today, the 86, and we just had an article go live about a scheduled banned and suspended announcement from Legend Story Studios. The last announcement was a doozy because they said they weren't going to do anything. This one is a doozy because they said they were going to do some stuff. So let's talk a little bit about what's going to happen in Classic Constructed. This article went up a little bit early. They said they wanted to provide some clarity and probably some peace of mind for the attendees of the New Jersey Pro Tour and the calling. There's limited time there to test what you're going to run, and you don't know what's going to be legal. So they want to say, okay, here it is on the table, just so you guys know. Starvo is going to be legal at the time of the New Jersey event. So take that as you will. But in Classic Constructed, they did do some banning and they introduced some suspensions. Suspended means that pretty much for right now, that card is not in play, but I believe it will become back into play when that character hits Living Legend. So we start off with a ban. So Awakening's banned. A lot of people have mixed feelings on that, but most people are going to be happy. I myself am happy that Awakening is gone from the meta. That will be so great because that's been something that's been terrorizing me with Starvo and Oldhim as of late. I'm kind of curious with just Oldhim left. I think a lot of people have migrated onto the Oldhim train just because they practiced with Starvo and he got up in points and they're like, oh, I got all this stuff. Well, Oldhim is the next natural choice, and now Oldhim is pretty strong, and Awakening with him is, whew, but that's going to take Elemental Guardians down a peg, those being the only two. Autumn's Touch is suspended until Bravo, star of the show, becomes Living Legend. So that is interesting that they chose just that is something he can attack with. So I can see why. He still has some other things, Evergreen, Break Ground, but that's just going to make the card pool a little bit smaller. So Autumn's Touch, that's also going to affect Oldhim and Bravo. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't really know if that one was over, like that card in itself. Like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. Let me know what you guys think. Bloodsheath Skelta is suspended until Viscerai becomes Living Legend. So Bloodsheath Skelta, a lot of people were up in arms about it because by itself, really, it's not that crazy of a thing. It does make some really bad Sonata Arcanics turns, but now that the Skeleton is off the table, it's suspended right now, so I don't know what that is going to do. That's going to put a huge damper in those Sonata turns. So the OTK Viscerai is going to be a little bit harder to work up to, but I think there's still going to be some strong Viscerai plays. I think he is going to be knocked down a peg, but I don't think he's going to be hampered. But this is good. It's a good change to him, I think. They placed Seeds of Agony from banned to suspended, so just to let you guys know that it's not banned anymore, but as soon as he hits Living Legend, it's going to come back out in rotation. So I think the ban from suspended is a good call, especially with characters that are really strong. If they're hitting Living Legend, if you have like Starvo who did it really, really fast, and this is just going to make it so when they go to Living Legend that it's going to make it more balanced. So then it kind of gives the reasonings for everything. And it kind of talks about how Bravo was the star of the show, was the big showrunner, and that Prism had some favorable and unfavorable matchups, is what the article said. I think that is going to be attributed to a lot of characters with Gogan might be able to give Prism a run for money. I think Ninja, I think Mechanologist, those might be able to hurt Prism pretty bad. But we'll see how they are. The Aura Prism, I think, is going to be something that we see not be as prevalent now because Starvo is going to step back. You might have a little bit more mix of Aura and Beatdown. Aura Prism is definitely strong, but without the Starvo being the huge gatekeeper, we'll see what happens there. And Aura definitely may be something that stays around, but if the meta shifts now that Viserai gets a nerf and Starvo gets, he's on the cusp of Living Legends, so we see some other decks emerge, then the auras definitely aren't going to be as strong. But again, we'll see what we have going on there. It talks about Viserai being in a strange place. He has a low tournament win percent due to his unfavorable matchup versus Bravo, but proven potent at dispatching most other heroes in the format. So, that's really interesting. I do think it comes back to Skelta, but it even mentions the Skelta plus Sonata combo. So I definitely see that. And that's something that is pretty nasty. I think they're all kind of in agreement that Awakening is just not good for the meta and rewards this does not, this article does not say it, but my personal feedback would be Awakening kind of enables you to play a little bit sloppy, because you get to that mid-range in health, and then you take some and you're like, well, I'll just play this because the next turn I want to be able to deal 20 damage. I'll be able to dish some out and you'll have to take this. So and that's all just because of you deciding to take some and go down the health. So I am excited about the Awakening change. If I've not said that before, I have said that. So we'll see. Going off everything, I don't think they talked about anything that was groundbreaking in here. They talked about the calling Indianapolis winner. He didn't play Awakening. And that was really it. Yeah. So we go on to Blitz. So here are the Blitz changes. Viserai has hit Living Legend for the format. I definitely played against Viserai in Blitz, and it was nasty. And I had one instance of it just being very oppressive. And yeah, so I think, Viserai moving into the Living Legend, that's definitely going to be something. So he's no longer legal for play after May 2nd. So, bam. So get your Viserai fix now. Also on May 2nd, this is good. Awakening is out. Awakening is out. The one thing... So the big thing that surprised me was Heart and Cross Trap being banned. Yeah, I was surprised at that one. Maybe in the Uprising set, there's some stuff that is going to come out here, but I am not sure in the current meta how much that affects it, and maybe there's some rationale down below. Seeds of Agony suspended. Snapback is suspended. So Wizard getting some nerfs here. Sonata Arcanic suspended in Blitz, and Stir the Aether Wind suspended in Blitz. Also on June 24th, which is the Uprising release date, Stubby Hammers is banned. So Stubbies, maybe something's coming out in Uprising that's going to affect that. I know I use that with Dash, Mechanologist class, right now, and I like it. So the fact that it's going to be banned, I'm a little surprised there. So we will have to see what happens. Viserai, Living Legend, and then it talks about all the winners. Congratulations to all these guys who piloted Viserai into Blitz and made him Living Legend. So I am kind of curious. Yeah, Sonata Arcanics talks about Hit was overpowered. Bloodshea Skeleta. Kano can end the game turn 1, which, yeah, he can. So Heart and Cross Trap is a no questions asked start in a play 1-turn kill OTK combo enabler. While this card has not been a glamorous experience to date, we are confident Heart and Cross Trap will become a common centerpiece of OTK decks if it remains legal in the Blitz format. In support of slowing the format down, Heart and Cross Trap is banned. Which, Yeah, I mean, I guess it gives you two resources off the start. There's nothing you have to do for it. I'm kind of, yeah. I feel like there's a little bit more there. Maybe I kind of would like to see a something specific, but who knows? Um, yeah. Stubby Hammers. What do they say about it? It's an innocuous card and it hasn't done much to date outside of being a strong card in Monarch Limited. So we discover new and exciting design spaces over time. Sometimes it causes old things to do what weren't intended, blah, blah, blah. Huh. For legal and uprising Blitz format, Stubby Hammers is a start and play combo piece that enables OTK deck to function at a level of consistency above what we think is too good for the game, in support of our general goal of curbing the power level of decks away from killing an opponent within the first 3 turns. We are preemptively banning Stubby Hammers. Stubby Hammers. Can't talk today. Interesting. That just kind of makes me wonder what's going to come out in Uprising. So I mean, and you think about it, a card of 4 hands. If someone has 4 threes that are 0 cost, then those are going to be 4, 4, 4, 4. So, and even that, like, what's cooking? Like, what's coming out? Like, are we going to have something with a lot of go again? Another mechanologist type class, another ninja type class. And this may be why they didn't do anything to affect Prism. If they have someone come out with a lot of little things like that, then maybe they don't see the Prism match as being an issue long term. So I'm kind of curious what these changes are. And I'm kind of curious to see what's going to happen. And this is, just before New Jersey. So yeah, I am excited, and yeah, that's all I got. So you guys have fun. Click the subscribe button, the notification bell. We would definitely appreciate that, and feel free to come into our Discord, give us a chat, and we will talk to you later. Thanks, guys. Hope you're having a good one.